Good afternoon, David.
Good afternoon. I like how you had to get a sip of water in right before
Coffee,
the show started.
coffee.
Oh, that's coffee. All right. It is 9 in the morning by you, so
Yeah. Well, I would still be drinking the coffee if it was. I'm just drinking the coffee all day long. You are the world's best dad.
does that make you feel bad?
A little bit. I feel a little inferior, but
It's all good.
how did we
You're a
do
great
last
dad.
night?
Last night was well, we did tremendous on trick or treating. I ended up with probably 70 pounds of candy in my house.
Hopefully, a lot of Kit Kats.
Lots of Kit Kats.
Good for you.
And in terms of basketball, it was a poor night. I personally went 2-4, so a forgettable one. Looking forward to moving on. How did you do?
I went 14-13 on my picks.
All right.
And a couple close ones, like Kyrie missed by Kyrie. It was 28.5. He had 28. I think Beal was 20.5. He had 20. So there was like three of them that just missed by 1 point. But it was still over 50% by one. So
Yeah,
all right.
I was disappointed with Halliburton. He didn't show up. Monte Morris had a career game, so
Yeah.
might be done with unders for a little bit. But Bucks first quarter,
Yeah.
going at it.
It
It's
did.
working.
It did. Paul George, monster game. I was watching. Tied it up.
Yeah.
Tied it up with a huge three at the end, then took the lead to win the game. It was pretty awesome Clippers game last night.
Yes, but I would be worried if you're having to need Paul George to put up 35 to beat Houston.
Yeah. Valid point. All right. What do we got today?
Tonight's slate, a little one, which is good because everybody needs a little rest after Halloween. All right, so we got it is TNT night, the best night of the week, and we're kicking it off with the Bulls at the Nets. Bulls are 3-4. The Nets are 2-5 after last night's victory. The Nets are -1 in the game, and the total is 230.5. Okay. What do you like here?
Who do I like?
One notable just on injuries before we dive.
Yep.
Levine, questionable. A lot of the players on the Bulls side are questionable. And then Simmons sat out last night on the Nets side, and he is also questionable at this point.
I do see lines out on him though.
Yeah, it seems like he's not dealing with anything major, so he'll probably be back.
Not that we're betting on him, but
maybe they don't want him because they won without him. So, all right. So,
did you see that? Did you see that one clip? It was from last week, and he had the ball, and you can hear on the game, like on the broadcast of the game, you can hear Kyrie going, "Ben, shoot the ball! Ben, shoot!" And he just wouldn't. It's pretty insane.
I was watching clips of him from his early days on the Sixers. He was like a completely different player, like just so aggressive, dunking. Now I don't know what he looks like a 40-year-old out there. I mean, maybe his back is all messed up or something.
I've also heard this theory that he shoots with the wrong hand.
Oh,
yeah, but it's for another day.
Corrected that. At this
Yeah.
You should call him and tell him that.
All right.
All right. Enough bashing Ben.
Yep. Hold on here. Sorry. Against Brooklyn, we're going to want to target big men and wings. And against Chicago, it looks like forwards. So the big man for the Bulls is Nikola Vucevic.
I knew you were going to say that.
17.5 points. I just got two stats that kind of back this up. I like the matchup, and I think we could classify him as an old man a bit, right?
Yeah, what did he just
32. It's old man in NBA. I had guessed 34. It was 32. So he's on 2 days rest today. He's cleared 17.5 points his last 7 out of 10 games and last 4 out of 5 on 2 days rest. So given the good matchup and those historical stats, I'm going with Vooch over 17.5 points.
Okay, you like the points instead of the rebounds? The rebounds were high. I think it was like 10.5.
It is high. I do like it. I looked at it. His rebounding metrics are pretty good. He is top 90, 85, 90 percentile on rebounding. But I don't know. The points were just calling to me in this game.
He's inconsistent on the rebounds. I was all over it, and then I got scared away because he's up and down. He'll have 6 rebounds, then 16, then 7.
And then Drummond comes in and gets like 12 boards in 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, I think he's not playing tonight, so that should help his minutes. Okay, good. I like that.
Then the other play was you just told me he's questionable. Levine, I liked 22.5 points if he plays. His last 3 versus Brooklyn, 24, 31, and 22. So he just missed in one of those. But he's 6 for his last 9 on 2 days rest. So I like that, given the good matchup as well. And then just one play on the Brooklyn side. Given the inconsistency in Vooch's rebounding and the fact that Drummond's not playing tonight, Durant, 5.5 rebounds. His last 3 versus Chicago, 10, 10, and 5. And then this is pretty good. On 0 rest, on a back-to-back, he's done it in 7 of his last 9 games on a back-to-back. And 4 of those times he hit 10 boards. And 6 times he hit 8 boards on back-to-back. So I like that Durant, even to have him as a double-double tonight, is probably a pretty nice one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I like those plays. I didn't have anybody on the Bulls side. I think the only one I was looking at but shied away from might have been DeRozan. Just I think I was looking at his assists, but it wasn't compelling enough.
Yeah, I've been riding his assist. His assist. He's one of like the best forwards, best assisting numbers for a forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's getting a lot of playing time. It's going to be a high scoring game, so that's a good game script. But the one that I liked the most tonight was Kyrie threes, over 2.5 threes. So the line's pretty low for him, minus 145. I'd even entertain over 3.5 threes. He seems to be just saying, "Hey, if we're going to win games, I'm going to have to shoot a ton of threes."
I cashed on it last night.
Yeah, his last 3 games, 14, 12, and 11 attempts.
Wow.
That is monstrous.
That is.
So his shooting percentage is not great. I mean, he hit 5, 5, and 4. But, if he puts up over 10, he's definitely going to hit 3, if not 4. So I would look at 2.5 threes. I'd even look at 3.5 threes for Kyrie. I think
I like it. He had 4 last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Before we move on, who do you like? Since we only got four games today, let's give our opinion on the games too. Who do you like in the game, Nets or Bulls? It's more or less a pick 'em.
Who do I like in the game? The only thing that worries me at some of this injury news on Chicago, but and the back-to-back for Brooklyn worries me. But it seems like they're kind of. What do they have? 2 wins in a row now?
No, just one.
Oh, just one.
Yeah, they lost to the Pacers.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I think I'll lean Brooklyn. Just I think more talent. Though I feel like Chicago's got a little more depth. But I don't know. No hard feelings on this. How about you?
Yeah, the Sharps are on the Bulls. A little bit, not a lot of action there. My heart wants the Nets here, but my head says the Bulls. So I think the Nets are coming off of a high from last night. They'll come out a little flat today. That's my guess, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on to the next game. The Warriors at the Heat. This is truly a pick'em game. Maybe a half a point. Warriors are 3-4, and the Heat are 2-5. Both of these teams are coming into the game losing their last two. Warriors pretty much have everybody. We got a couple guys on the bench that are not available. The Heat also are in pretty good shape. We haven't talked about him yet because I don't think he's played yet this season. But Victor Oladipo has been out, still out today. Just thought it was worth.
I thought you were telling me he was making his season debut tonight.
No. Just I keep seeing him on the injury report. We don't talk about him.
Yeah,
it's worth talking about because he was a pretty good addition to the team in the playoffs last year. So maybe when he comes back, they'll do better.
Guy just can't stay on the floor.
Yeah, there's certain guys that are just continuously Levine, like they're just continuously hurt. So, all right, so let's dive into your view of the game, of the matchup.
So we got on the Golden State side, we're going to want to target point guard. Against Miami, we're going to want to target point guard, forwards and wings, and against Golden State, big men, also forwards and wings. So the point guard, Steph Curry, 26.5 points. He's done it in 6 of 7 to start the season. In those 6 games, he's averaging just under 33 points a game. He had 33 on what was that, last week against Miami in 2
games ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I like that play again. Steph over 26.5. Okay. I know you don't like betting against the Heat.
No, I don't. But there's pretty good data from the perspective of them just playing 2 games ago. Yeah. So for the Warriors, so I think that's something good to go off of, and I've heard other people on that today, so I would go with that too.
Okay, I also like Wiggins points in this game, 15.5. His last 3 against Miami, 18, 22, and 22. He cleared the 15.5 in the first 5 games of the season, but he hasn't in the last 2. So just kind of a gut play. I feel like he's due after 2 subpar games. So I like going to Wiggins 15.5 points tonight.
Yeah, you were on him for the previous Heat game.
Yes,
remember?
Yep.
And
he had 18. Yeah,
and I had said that he historically is really good against the Heat. So I like Wiggins as well.
That's it on Golden State side. I have 2.
Let me throw my picks in. So for Golden State, Wiggins, I'm focusing on threes, 2 threes. The guy is like super consistent on 3 points. Last game was the first game that he didn't hit 2 3-point 3-pointers.
Yeah, he is
this
consistent.
Season. Yeah. So 6 of 7 games. The first game of the season, I think he had maybe 3, but every game after that, except for the last one, he nails 2 exactly. So it's not going to be comfortable, but he'll get there, I believe. And the other one, so that's an official play for me. The other kind of unofficial, Klay Thompson, over half an assist. So it seemed pretty low. He's been 3, 2, 1, and 3. The one game that he was against the Heat, but this seemed kind of too good to be true. So.
Does FanDuel have that line, or you got to go to like a weird sports book for that line?
You got to go to the Cayman Islands for that one. No, it was available. I don't know.
I'm joking. Sometimes in some of these prop sites you see these ones, but I'm like, I can't find that to bet anywhere.
It's minus 200, so it's definitely juicy, but seem good.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what? I'll make that official too. So those are my 2 plays over there.
Stamp it.
All right. Who do you like on the Heat side?
Okay, so Biggs against Golden State has been a bit of a thing. Not super compelling stats, but I just kind of have a feeling tonight that Bam's going to have a game, 18.5 points. His last 2 versus Golden State, he had 25 and 26. And he's on 2 days rest. He's done it in 5 of his last 8 games on 2 days rest. So I like that given the matchup. And then I got this. You gave me this idea the other day.
Jimmy
threes. Yep.
Oh yeah, I got him too.
Nice. Yeah. So it was your idea. You take it
No,
away.
I want to hear your take, and I'll
So his last 3 against Golden State, 2, 2, and 4. And then this was what really put me over the edge here. On 2 days rest, he's done in 4 of his last 5 games on 2 days rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, just a couple games ago against the Heat, he nailed 4.
Yes.
So his
I think
line
something
is
about playing against Steph or something kind of like brings it out of him maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, his line is minus 166 just for 1.
Mm-hmm.
I started digging into what it meant for more. 2 is plus 290, 3 is plus 880.
Wow.
They don't offer 4, so seems like a good bet to go with plus 880.
Wow.
So,
I'm liking a Jimmy 2 threes and a Kyrie 4 threes parlay tonight.
All right, we'll have to look at that
Yeah.
one. But yeah, I think he's definitely clearing 1. So
Yes. All right.
So we're both in on that one.
All right. Moving right along.
Right. Oh no, who are you picking in the game? Sharps are on the Heat.
Yeah, I was leaning Heat in Miami. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Heat.
Yeah.
And it's Spo's birthday.
Yep, it is.
You got to win
It's
one
his
for
birthday.
the skipper
Yep.
or the Gipper, something like that.
Skipper. Yeah.
The Gipper.
It's fine. He is the skipper too. Yeah, it feels like the last time the Warriors lost 3 games in a row. It's got to be a long
Ooh,
time
oh,
ago,
I didn't think about that. Yeah.
But I don't know. Somebody's got to lose this game, so I'll go with the Heat as well. All right, moving on to a slightly less star-studded game. The Magic at the Thunder. Magic are 1-6. Thunder are 3-3. Thunder are -3, and the total is 216. Lots of injuries on the Magic side. You got Cole Anthony, Gary Harris, Fultz, Mo Wagner, and Jalen Suggs. They're all out, and Suggs is a game-time decision. And then the Thunder have Giddey out still, which is a shame because I like what I saw from that guy last year.
Yeah.
He's pretty entertaining. So
Yes.
can't wait to see him play.
Triple-double threat.
He is.
Yeah.
He is. He's got a kind of a complete game.
Yeah.
So, but he should be back soon.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you like in here?
You want to target, I brought this up as one of those 5-star plays, Wings against OKC, have been crushing. And then against Orlando, point guards and forwards. So, the point guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the guy, I'm loving this guy more and more day after day. I'm just like falling in love with his game. The guy is awesome. SGA, he's got 3 names. You know, he won me right there. SGA, 1.5 threes. On 2 days rest, he's done in 10 of his last 13 games on 2 days rest. And he's done it in 5 of his last 6 home games to have at least 2 threes. I like that. And I like his point.
You usually don't play the threes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I like that. Good.
And I also like the points. I kind of like these also parlayed together, get some of that correlation going. But 27.5 points. I went through this the other day. His stats at home are crazy. He's averaging over 30 in his last 10 or so home games. He's cleared 27.5 in 9 of his last 10 home games. On 2 days rest, he's done it in 5 of his last 7 at home and 6 of his last 8 altogether. So also about over 75%. And just as a side note, Luka had 44 against Orlando on Sunday. I put SGA in a similar class. He's not Luka, but he's right below there. So
yeah, he's the primary shooter.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, a lot of high usage. So those are my 2 plays from that game. On the Orlando side, I couldn't find anything, but Wings against OKC is a thing. So that's Franz Wagner. I just couldn't find something. So I'm gonna dig a little bit more because I feel like that's a good play. But I couldn't find something before we went on.
All right. So SGA, I'm on him too. A little concerned because I think the Magic actually play decent defense.
Mm-hmm.
Despite not winning games, you can tell by the total here at 216. It's not expected to be a very high scoring.
OKC
game,
too. The impact games allowed by OKC is actually surprisingly low. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, 27.5. I still think he gets there. So that was one of my plays as well. The other, which you're gonna love, I liked Banchero double.
I do.
So plus 260. So he has played in 7 games so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously clears the points every game.
Yeah.
By a lot. I think he scores 18 plus points every game.
Mm-hmm.
It's more. Then it's really a question about rebounds. So in 2 of the 7 games so far this season, he's cleared 10 rebounds. In 2 of the 5 games where he has not, he has missed by either 1 or 2. Right. So he's almost had a double-double. He's had a double-double in 2 games. He's almost had a double-double in 4 of 7 games. I don't think Oklahoma City is a terrible rebounding team, but when you look at some of the guys that they've recently faced, and I am not putting Banchero in the same league as these 2 guys in terms of rebounding, but Gobert had 16 and 15, and Zubac had 18 against him. So they do give up big time rebounds. So it's I think this one's an interesting one. Certainly going out on a limb a little bit, but we'll roll with Banchero double tonight.
I like it. I looked at him. He's on my list here, classified as a forward, but there's he's the type of player who is could be classified as a wing maybe. So I started to look at him when I couldn't find anything on Wagner. So I do like that. Like that, and I'll definitely look into that later. Yeah.
And then who are you picking in the game? There's seven moves on Orlando, so +3. I think people are feeling Orlando's time is due, and the Thunder might be a little bit overrated.
I don't know. I feel like Shea's playing with like nothing to lose. I mean, he's just dominating. There's that I watched that the end of the Dallas OKC game over the weekend. It looked like the game was over. Dallas had it won, and like the Thunder just Shea took over and came back and won that game, even with Luka putting up a 44. Right? No, sorry, that was a different game. That was against Orlando. But regardless,
Yeah, they came back. They came back and they have a lot of fight. And I would say the Magic too. I mean, the Magic played really well against Boston. So
yeah, they're both 2 young teams that I enjoy watching. A lot of young talent. That's pretty fun. So I actually of all the games tonight, it seems like the one that would be the least interesting. But I don't know. I kind of find this one one of the more interesting ones.
All right. So you're going with the Thunder. I'll go with the Magic.
All
right. And then the last game is the second TNT game. T-Wolves at the Suns. The Suns are -3.5 in the game, and T-Wolves are 4-3. The Suns are 5-1, so both teams are off to a decent start. Total in the game is 227.5. Injuries, Kyle Anderson's maybe for the T-Wolves, not that impactful. The big one is the Suns. Ayton is going to be out again tonight, so it's 2 games in a row. And one guy I want to just find out if you knew anything about him, but Crowder is out, and he's basically not injury related. So
yeah,
basically just sitting him. I think they're going to try to trade him.
He requested a trade. They didn't sign him to a deal, and he told them they're not signing him. He wants to be traded. But I think there's something that he can't be traded till I think it's in December due to some rules in the NBA. So it's sounding like he's going to. What I've heard is he's going to Miami once they're able to trade him.
Oh, he used to be there. Right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
What a good bargaining position, right? Imagine if people could just do that in their day jobs and be like,
Yeah,
I want you to continue to pay me, but I'm not going to show up to work.
it's amazing. It's amazing. Or like Kevin Durant, there's like sign a massive extension, like one of the highest paid players, and I'm under contract, but I want to be traded. Trade me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you got the talent, you get the upper hand. Yeah. So, all right. Well, enough about that. What are you feeling in this game?
Okay, so against Phoenix, we're going to want to target point guards / combo guards and big men. And I like it even more now that knowing Ayton is not playing. Interesting to note, and I wanted to point out that against Phoenix, there has not been a single impact quality game allowed this season by a wing or a forward against the Phoenix Suns, which is crazy because those are your prime players. I mean, those are the guys who are putting up the monster games. And it just speaks to Bridges and Cam Johnson and Chris Paul's defense that they're not allowing that. So something to consider because those are your superstars, generally speaking. So just keep that in mind when betting against Phoenix. So it leads me to one play because point guards have been doing well against Phoenix. A little bit curiously because you do have Chris Paul back there, but he's getting older now, so his defense isn't what it used to be. Mm-hmm. D'Angelo Russell, 15.5 points. He's done in 18 of his last 27 games on the road with a day of rest. I like that, and I also like him to have 2 threes in the game. Similar stats, he's done it in 19 of his last 27, 70% hit rate, even putting those two together. I like that. And then I for sure like either, Cat or Gobert in this game. I just couldn't, especially with Ayton out now. Probably the points for one of them are the rebounds. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that later, but there's definitely a play there.
Yeah, I agree.
What do you got?
All right, so I'm going to run back a play from the other day. I'm also with D'Angelo Russell, but the non-traditional over 0.5 blocks.
Blocks?
I played it the other day. He hit it, and he hit it the following game too. So he's 6 of 7 games with a block, and the only game he did not have a block was against OKC, and he only played 25 minutes in that game, where he traditionally is over 30 minutes in a game. So it's such an odd prop, but it's plus 255, and the guy's done it in 6 out of 7 games. So if he plays 30 minutes tonight, I think he's going to get it. And then I think they're going to quickly catch up on this one. So
yeah, I see he's getting a block on 1.3% of Minnesota possessions.
Yeah, he's not getting multiple. He's just getting that one every game.
Yeah, it's in the 90th percentile for point guards. Yeah, no, not bad.
So
nice little
game. I think it leads to it. So we hit it the other day. Let's go back to it. I also like Booker over 28.5.
Looked at that.
You told me to stay away from Booker the other day. I forget who they were playing, and that was the one game where he had a poor game. But then he bounced back in the following game against Houston, and he's hit this 28.5 in 4 out of 6 games. The first game of the season he had 28. So if you could find it at 27.5, that would be even better. But I still think he'll get 30 points tonight. So that's my second play here.
Nice. I didn't look into it, but I have a feeling. I'm never one for an underplay, but given this this Phoenix no impact games from wings and forwards, an under on Anthony Edwards tonight is probably a pretty good bet. So it might be something I look at later.
Are you willing to make that an official play?
I'm. If we hold on 1 second, I'm going to pull up his lines and see if anything.
That's worth waiting for because I love that you're coming to the dark side. It was 2 pods ago that you said we don't do unders on this.
Let's see here. Last 3 games against Phoenix, 9 points. He did have a 27, but that was in January last year, and there's a lot of COVID-y stuff going on. So I always take those games around December and January with a grain of salt from last year. And then he had 19 in March. So well under his line of 22.5 both times they played. You know what? Let's do it.
Do it.
Anthony Edwards under 22.5 points.
All right.
My first under on the pod ever.
Could be your first and last.
I gotta write this down.
He'll probably put up 50 tonight.
I know. He's gonna hit like 5 threes in the first quarter.
Exactly.
Okay. Under 22.5. Okay, it's in the book.
I'm proud
here.
of you.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
All right. I think that does it for today. Anything else you want to cover?
No, I'm off to Disneyland now.
Oh, okay. So, how about what's your favorite ride at Disney? That's worth.
What's my favorite ride? I think James and I are both very excited we're going to California Adventure, not Disneyland. The Cars, the Radiator Springs Cars ride is pretty awesome. I know you recommended
really cool.
that to me also.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the park, the Rise of the Resistance, Star Wars ride. Did you go on that last time?
Is that a California Adventure?
No, it's in the Disney.
Oh,
side,
that's right. Yeah, no, I did. I did not. I heard it was closed when I was there last time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Some of these rides that the Cars ride to, it's like they malfunction every 30 minutes, but once you get on, they're worth it. So it's very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. This is the cheapest day of the year for Disneyland tickets. So I have a feeling we'll have the park to ourselves. It'd be pretty nice.
I wonder why. Maybe
the day I think Halloween's a big day. Like leading up, they have the Halloween stuff, Fright Fest or whatever, and then this is a regular school day. So it just so happens James's school has parent teacher conferences. So most kids are in school. I think that's probably why. It's just a very low day for them, but we'll see.
All right. Well, I expect to see some Mickey ears tomorrow.
We'll try.
All right.
All right. Good work, David.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.